After proceedings resumed in the Lok Sabha, the lower house of the country's parliament, they were marked by adjournments, but the legislative business finally resumed afternoon. Bharatiya Nyaya Second Sanhita 2023, the Bharatiya Nagarik Suraksha Second Sanhita 2023 and the Bharatiya Sakshya Second Bill 2023 have been taken up for further consideration and passing in the Lok Sabha. Meanwhile, India's upper house, or the Rajya Sabha, was adjourned to meet again at 2 p.m. local time. All right, joining me is my colleague Vikas Sarthi for more on the proceedings in India's parliament. Vikas, how was the discussion coming along in the Lok Sabha on, one, the criminal law bills to replace the Indian Penal Code, the Code of Criminal Procedure and the Evidence Act, and two, the telecom bill to regulate all online services? Now, what makes these two bills so important? Explain this significance, if you will.
Right, Ramesh. So these bills are very important to each and every person. In fact, the bill related to criminal justice system, these bills were introduced in August 2023 during monsoon session. At that point in time, opposition demanded that it should be sent to the standing committee. Now, a standing committee has given its vital inputs, and as you just mentioned, that Lok Sabha is discussing these three bills together. So these bills are going to replace the colonial legislation, which were IPC, CRPC, and Evidence Act. And now we have several changes in new proposed legislation. The Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita, or the Indian Justice Code, provides that there are some crimes and offences will be part of this particular code earlier, like terrorism. And activities related to financial crimes were not part of the Indian Penal Code. Now, terrorism, organized crime, financial crimes, these also have been included in the new Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita. Earlier, they were not. There were separate legislations to deal with all those issues. Apart from it, some colonial era sections have also been dropped, like sedition has been dropped in the new legislation, and it has provided that in the crimes related against the human body, crimes related to the offences against women and child, in those cases, not only punishment is served, but also some kind of justice is also done to the victims, so that there will be provisions of adequate compensation for the victims of these kind of crimes. So there is an overall change in the way we look at our criminal justice system. Now the CRPC also has some very important rules and guidelines. Like it says that once the arguments are completed in a trial court, in the lower court, within 30 days an order must be passed, and after that, within 7 days, this order must be available online for the petitioners and for the respondents as well. So these bills will provide that our court works smoothly without any disruption, and
right.
to make that sure the whole procedure to implement the Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita or Indian Justice Code, several changes have been made in the existing CRPC as well.
Right. Also, Vikas, the Information and Broadcasting Minister Anurag Singh Thakur is likely to introduce the Press and Registration of Periodicals Bill 2023 in the Lok Sabha. What more can you tell us about this particular bill?
Right, Ramesh, this bill has already been passed by our upper house, the Rajya Sabha, and it is also an area where a almost century-old legislation was in place earlier. So in that legislation, it was mentioned that if any person wants to register his newspaper or any periodicals, he first will have to approach the district magistrate, get clearances, then only his application will be sent to the central government. Now these things have been streamlined. Any person who wants to register his newspaper or periodicals, he will have to apply through a portal where he will be able to know whether any particular title for his newspaper is available or not. So the whole procedure has been streamlined, and you can say the several procedures which were there to check that not many people are encouraged to start their newspapers and periodicals. These things have been removed. The procedure have been made very smooth, and everything is in fact transparent, that what is the stage of your application. It will be mentioned in the website itself. Whenever you check your application number, it will show the status, that at what point it is being considered and what formalities are yet to be completed. So again, a game changer in the way we have been treating our newspapers, periodicals, magazines, and registration of books, etc.
All right, we'll leave it at that. Vikas, thank you for your input. That was my colleague Vikas Sarthi reporting from New Delhi.